Hello everyone, welcome to another video. This time we're going to be looking at a bridge which is located near Manchester and is known as the Meccano Bridge and was installed at the top of what was once a flight of locks at Prestolee. But I pronounced that wrong. The area, known by the unusual name of Nob End, is where the three arms of the Manchester, Bolton and Bury Canal meet. The footbridge was designed by artist Liam Curtin after considerable consultation with local residents. It is made up from scaled up pieces of Meccano, and from its vantage point visitors can see commanding views out over the countryside. So the story starts in 2010. Money became available to build an artwork in the Little Lever area. The funding came from Bolton at Home, a local house building and home rental charity. Artist Liam Curtin was commissioned to work with the Little Lever community to come up with an idea for the artwork. With such an open brief, Liam first worked with locals to gather ideas. This was done while constructing a star-shaped boat sculpture covered in compact discs. This temporary work gave him the idea of having a large permanent boat structure, and he put together a presentation on this. However, when he unveiled his idea to the public, he did not even get all the way through his talk, as there were objections that such a creation could lead to drownings. Liam, however, had a complete rethink and came up with the idea of a functioning bridge. A suitable site was suggested, that of the horse bridge that once spanned the canal at Prestolee at the head of the flight of 6 locks. The horse bridge was so named because it was used to lead the horses over as they passed the Bury arm of the canal to the opposite side of the bank on the Bolton arm. It was a wooden construction and had long since rotted away, leaving a gap over the empty canal underneath. Liam worked on many hundreds of sketches but was finding inspiration difficult. When his computer, which continued all of these designs, was stolen, he took it as a sign to start again. One of the major difficulties of the Prestolee site was that there was no access for a heavy truck or crane. This meant that the parts would have to be brought or fitted together on site. In dealings with Bolton Council and Bolton at Home, talk had centred around fitting the pieces together like Meccano. Inspiration struck, and Liam realised that Meccano scaled up would be the perfect solution. He designed a bridge to use Meccano pieces 10 times their original size, made up of 8mm galvanised steel. An engineer from Bolton Council was brought in to work on the complex construction details. The pieces and their connecting nuts and bolts were manufactured in 2 factories in Bolton. The colour scheme for the parts was based on the one used in 1950s Meccano. Work began in 2012 with the Manchester, Bolton and Bury Canal Society acting as consultants. Volunteers from both the Canal Society and the local community were brought in. Their first job was to clear the vegetation as the area was heavily overgrown. Then the abutments either side of the canal had to be inspected. They consisted of stone bases with brick sides. While one was found to be almost complete, the other had to be mostly rebuilt from ground level. Brick from the recently demolished triangular workshop was reused in rebuilding the side walls. Traditional lime mortar was used to hold the bricks in place, and sets, often misnamed cobbles, were laid down alongside the new bridge. Once this work was complete, the bridge itself could be constructed by hand. The red plates were the heaviest at 80 kilograms each and required 4 people to carry them. Once the 720 nuts and bolts were put in place, they were secured by having the threads damaged to stop the bridge from being taken apart again. And in total, the mass of the bridge is 5.5 tonnes. So there we go, folks. That's a different one, ain't it? I do apologise if I've mispronounced Prestolee. I'm sure somebody will tell me off for doing that. If you do want me to do anything in regards to the areas around there, like obviously the Prestolee locks or the canal itself, I'm happy to do another video if you want me to do so. Just pop it in the comments and I will do my best to research it and do something on the area around this Meccano Bridge. So until the next time, please take care of yourselves folks, and goodbye for now.